And news just coming in, the Enforcement Directorate, as part of its probe against Partha and Arpita, has now taken them to the hospital there. They have left the Enforcement Directorate office, is the news that we are getting. They have been taken to the hospital for a medical checkup. Kamalika is the one who's getting us those updates. Kamalika, why to the hospital? Is it because of routine issues, routine legal issues before they are taken to the court?
See, it was court's direction that every 48 hours their medical examination should take place. That was written in the court order on the day when they were produced, virtually produced, and he was brought from, he was represented there from Odisha AIMS. That point of time itself, the court had given their direction that every 48 hours, both of Partha Chatterjee and Arpita Mukherjee, both of their medical examination has to take place. Right now, as you can see, that they are moving towards ESI Joka Hospital, where from the very first day their medical examination has taken place, which is a central government undertaking ESI hospital. So they are. It's located just outside Calcutta, Joka, which is like a very suburban area along with Kolkata. As you can see, that in the cars, Arpita Mukherjee is there and Partha Chatterjee is also there. Interestingly, Partha Chatterjee has not said anything, or that opportunity has not been given today to media, because just after he was been suspended, just after he was ousted from his minister's post, this is the first time that Partha Chatterjee has come out, is on his way to medical. We'll have to see whether he reacts on party's decision to suspend him and also to remove him from ministry. Right now, as you can see, Arpita Mukherjee and Partha Chatterjee, they are on their way. The ED officials in the other cars are taking them towards the hospital, and the security is very much tight.
Right. Kamalika, do hold on. Let me bring in Ashish Maharishi into the conversation. Ashish, we have heard that Arpita Mukherjee has said that she knew nothing about the cash that has been recovered from her residence. Anything else from their joint interrogation that you can tell us about?
So it is unbelievable on what she is saying, Arunima, reason being that the kind of lifestyle she was maintaining, the kind of assets she had, these are absolutely proceeds of crime, because the kind of acting she was doing, or the kind of work she was doing, that is absolutely disproportionate to the sources of income. She had 4 cars with her, which include a Mercedes, an Audi, 2 Hondas. Then she has 10 flats in all posh localities of Kolkata. So these are assets which have been found till now, and there are certain assets which are benami in nature. So a person who's maintaining this kind of lifestyle and has no, real source of income, so it is unbelievable she was not involved into this scam. So here, even if she says that she doesn't know about it, it's very difficult to believe.
Right. You saying it is very difficult to believe what she's saying, and as we're talking to Ashish and Kamalika, the visuals that we are getting for you are of Partha and Arpita being taken to the hospital. Kamalika was explaining that this was a court order that every 48 hours there should be a medical checkup. This is because when the arrest happened, Partha Chatterjee had complained of medical issues. There was a controversy there too. He had to be taken to AIMS, Bhubaneswar, which finally said he was fit enough to be questioned. Kamalika, if you're still there, we're seeing these visuals of these two being taken to the hospital. Anything you can add to what Ashish was already telling us about the Enforcement Directorate's line of investigation? More raids, more recoveries likely?
More raids are likely. There are a lot of other residents that it's there in Arpita Chatterjee's name. That's
okay. Kamalika, if you give me a moment, I think Shagata Mukhopadhyay, colleague, is also on this story, and he's explaining to us the visuals that we see. Let's dip in.
Share capital of this particular company. We told you that the 3 directors who have been named in that website are yet to be located. However, the registered address is that of Arpita Mukherjee's residential address, the same address from where that massive cash haul was made by the Enforcement Directorate, and the ED, of course, is trying to figure out at this point in time whether this was one of the shell companies that was in operation by Arpita Mukherjee and her aides, and whether Partha Chatterjee has any direct links to it or not, and whether money was laundered through companies like these Samira Sunshines Limited, which has a share capital of just 1 lakh rupees. Three up till now unidentified directors. Obviously, the company is now under the clear focus of the enforcement directorate. There are similar other such companies. We are told that the enforcement directorate is also having its eyes on. It's also having its eyes on. This is just one of them. So obviously, we'll have to see as to whether there are more skeletons that are popping out of the cupboard. What we are also getting to know at this point in time is that Arpita Mukherjee has been more forthcoming compared to Partha Chatterjee when it comes to answering questions of the enforcement directorate. And Arpita Mukherjee, in fact, when yesterday, when the images of that cash haul was being shown on TV, and both Arpita Mukherjee and Partha Chatterjee were together questioned by the enforcement directorate inside a chamber, which was where both Arpita and Partha were sitting, and Arpita saw those images on TV. She was extremely excited, and then apparently, according to our sources in the ED, she completely broke down. We can show you right now. These convoy of cars that is still moving. We are about to get on top of the Ma flyover, where the convoy is now currently moving, and you can see that's the flyover right in front of you that the convoy is taking, and of course, the this is just I would say one third, less than probably one third of the distance covered so far. So as far as the investigation is concerned, what we can show you, what we can tell you, of course, is that Arpita Mukherjee at that point in time when that visuals were being shown on TV, she apparently broke down and claimed before the ED that she had no knowledge of that huge amount of cash that was stored in her apartment. It was only people, apparently aides of or associates of Partha Chatterjee, who had access to that apartment, and it is probably they who had kept that cash in that apartment. She obviously knew about the ornaments. She confessed apparently that she knew about the ornaments, and she had also wore some of them from time to time. She also put them on some of them time to time, but she never owned any of it, and she was not allowed to own any of it. And but as far as the cash is concerned, Arpita Mukherjee told the enforcement directorate that she had no knowledge, she was not privy to that massive amount of cash that was stored in not only in her apartment but also inside those closets, inside the even the washroom of the apartment was being used as a storage vault of cash. And that is not just one apartment where the cash have been found. There are at least two apartments from where such hauls have been made so far. Total amount of cash recovered runs up to almost 50 crore rupees. Uh, uh, all the while, we are told that Partha Chatterjee, who was also watching those visuals on TV, sat silent, and he did not speak at all. And even to the allegations that Arpita made at that point in time before the ED, where she stated that she had no knowledge about that cash. Arpita, Partha Chatterjee was also all mum and silent, and did not